Okay, we're recording. Okay, so hi there.
Hi.
I just wanted to bring on Meagan to y'all to, she's dealt with diastasis, and I wanted y'all to hear her testimony and just to see, how far she's come and where she still has to go. And she's been so good at like giving me pictures and telling me, how she's doing. So I love it when my clients will kind of keep me posted and updated. And she's just so kind to share with y'all her story. And I hope that it gives mamas hopes that, their diastasis, that a lot of them think they can't have anything anymore, that they've been told it just won't work, that their linear alba tissue won't thicken up and, it won't go back together. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Olivia Cagle. I'm a prenatal, postnatal corrective exercise specialist and a diastasis restoration specialist. So Meagan, if you want, why don't you tell us how many kiddos you have and maybe how you discovered you had diastasis?
Sure. So my name is Meagan, and I've got three beautiful, energetic boys. They're 7, 3, and 1. And after the birth of Austin, he's the 1-year-old, immediately after he was born, I just felt like, kind of like my insides were falling out, and my stomach felt super heavy. It was something I hadn't felt before in my other 2 pregnancies. So I actually, a couple of days after Austin was born, got my husband to go out and buy me a tensor bandage. And then I found a belly band because I felt like I needed that support to just kind of pull everything in. Because it was painful. It felt like it was pulling down on my ribs, and it just felt awful. But binding definitely helped. So then a couple months later, after I was all healed and everything, I noticed that if I did certain movements or did certain things, then I would definitely bulge, and I could definitely feel like I had some separation going on. And I had heard about diastasis or diastasis. I do a lot of reading, and I'm also in the healthcare industry, so it wasn't something completely foreign to me. And there's lots of information online about what it is and how to test if you have it. So I definitely tested for it and found that it was quite deep, quite wide. I was pretty surprised. So I decided to give it a little bit of time just to see if it would heal up on its own, which it didn't. It maybe came together a little bit, but it was still bulging. And then I decided to go to physio. And we have a good physiotherapist in town who actually has since moved away, so I haven't gone back to physio. But she helped me find some exercises that help strengthen all of my muscles, not just abs, right? So she definitely talked a lot about engaging your TVA and glute loading and all that stuff too.
Good.
But she also told me that it might not ever close and it might never get better. So it was quite a few months, like 6 or 7 months of working out and kind of re-injuring myself and then going to physio and kind of closing it a little bit, but not seeing much progression. I was getting super frustrated. And I mean, we're all women dealing with it. Of course, we don't like the way it looks. So there's that aspect of it. But I also didn't like knowing that I was potentially hurting my body every time I was working out. And with having 3 boys that are active and my husband and I still being quite young, having our kids quite young, we want to maintain a healthy lifestyle and being active ourselves so that we can keep up for kids when they're busy and doing stuff. So that aspect is pretty important to me.
That's smart.
Hopefully I'll find some sleep somewhere along the lines, and then the sleep can balance out the exercising, and maybe we'll all get it all together someday.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, this is getting a little long-winded, but
no, you're good. I love hearing all this because you know what? I really didn't know all of this about you. So
yeah,
I don't remember. I'm so sorry if I don't remember. So anyway, let me turn my phone off so that I can, but you keep going.
So then I think just looking on Instagram, I had searched like diastasis, I think just diastasis. Okay. And you came up. Mm-hmm. So I found your Instagram page, and then from there I found your website. And I had messaged you a while ago asking about some of the coaching packages and stuff, and it just wasn't feasible at that time. And I'm a pretty skeptical person. So I'm like, if you find it on Instagram, find it online, it's probably too good to be true, just because that's my personality. So a couple more months of trying to exercise, trying to do physio, continually getting more and more frustrated and looking more and more pregnant, even though my baby was getting older and older. So then finally I talked to my husband and I'm like, well, there's this lady, I don't know anything about her, but she says she knows what she's doing, and there's all these pictures and they might be photoshopped, but I don't know. And he's like, well, just give it a shot, because even with paying for the program, it's cheaper than going to the gym for 2 months up where we live. So he really encouraged me just to jump in and try it.
Now, did we set up a call?
Yeah.
We did. You set up a call, because I think I do remember that.
Yeah. I think by that
point.
point.
Did that help you? Did that help you, our call? The call?
Did the call help?
Yeah. Did it help you, like, okay, this is possibly real?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think by that point I had dug deep enough that I knew what was all going to be involved in it, and it was just a matter of just deciding if I wanted. Oh, and it just so happened there was a lady from our church in the next town who had done your 5-day challenge. So I messaged her and I was like, is this a legit thing, and did you find that it helped? And she said that even though she had only done the 5-day program, she had definitely found that it helped her out a lot. So then I was like, well, if she tried it and it was only 5 days and she found that it helped, I wonder what would happen in like 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's when I decided to book the call with you and went through all that and then signed up for the program.
Okay. I didn't know all this. I didn't know that you were doing physio and this and physio and this. I love physios. I think, and if you can find a good one, that's great. And I'm glad you found one that can help you. But I have heard stories of some of them are newer to this and they don't know a whole lot about it. So it just depends on the kind of physio that you get, So I think if you have a great physio, that it can even go really well hand in hand with what I'm doing as well. And I think it's important if you can find a good one. So I'm glad that you had already learned a lot of this. That's important. So, okay, so tell me what you've noticed with this program, and from what you were doing to now, what you were learning in the program.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed, like I did the full 8 weeks. That's the fixed challenge, right?
The Diastasis Fix, the 8 weeks?
Yeah.
That's the Diastasis Fix challenge. And I have two, so a lot of people get a little confused. I have two packages. One's the accountability and one's the coaching. If you go with the coaching one, that's when you do work with me and group coaching more with, we have a pelvic floor physical therapist on our team, but you did the accountability package.
Yes, yeah. And I have I've done a lot of singing in choirs and stuff like that, so I felt like I had quite a good background with diaphragmatic breathing, and I knew how to engage my TVA from the physio and stuff. So that, and for a couple other reasons, just did the accountability package. But after going through the 8 weeks, I noticed that I'm way stronger overall. Like my entire body is way stronger, and my clothes fit differently, and even in pictures it was, because when you do the workouts, like you don't necessarily notice, and you take pictures, but you're so critical of yourself, you just pick on every little thing, right? But then I went to a wedding and I saw a photo after of me and a friend standing there, and I noticed that my arms were really defined and toned, and that's never been like that before. And it was definitely a nice bonus from doing the whole workout, that it's not just healing my core, but overall I feel so much stronger and healthier, and I'm able to lift my kids properly, and I don't feel sore in my core at all.
Awesome.
Not to mention that it helped work on starting to close my diastasis.
Yes, and you sent me pictures of the depth, just the depth too, in the beginning. So you could definitely see pictures of her or her depth. And that's, the depth of your linea alba tissue is when you look in, and if you're laying down, sometimes you can definitely see that little dip in there. And then the thickness, I mean, it started thickening up. I mean, you're like, it's working.
Yeah. And that was only after 3 weeks.
Yeah, and that was after 3 weeks. Yeah. So yeah, you can bring your kiddo. Hi there, sweetheart. Oh my gosh, look at that blonde hair, blue eyes. You remind me of my little boys. I raised 3 boys. Oh, now I have 3. So hi. Who is that? Oh, and then, so your width has gone together as well?
Yeah, so it started out at like a 2, 3 in the middle, and then 2 above. And it closed below, and it's about at a 2 in the middle, and then a 1 above. But my depth, like, it's a little bit hard for me to measure now. Yeah. I don't know why. I'm just having a hard time kind of nailing exactly how wide it is, but the depth has improved from 1 knuckle to less than a fingernail.
Okay, awesome. And so see, that's, I mean, I just talked to a lady the other day that said she could put her whole fist in.
Oh my word.
And now her depth is about right here, I think.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was so excited about that. And so now, so even though after 8 weeks, she's not 100% closed, but her depth is better, her width is better. And are you glad that you did the program?
Yeah, and Austin, watch out. Yeah, definitely glad I did it and have recommended the program to a lot of people that I know, because it is something that works. So you don't have to just second guess everything. You can just do the program, and I found that they were workouts that definitely challenged me, and now I want to go through again and just add heavier weights, and that makes it short and fast and easy to do, manageable, but still a complete workout. So yeah, I was super glad I did the program, and I'll go through it again, and hopefully within the next little while I'll completely close this up.
Yeah, you've done so good. I love it when and you don't have to be like perfect, just being consistent and everything. It's really great. And what was I going to tell you? I can't remember, but I love that. So I tell moms, after you do the 8 weeks, if you want to do it again, let's see how much stronger you got, and use heavier weights. You can do more rounds if you want. You can rest many times through the rounds. Do you feel like more confident now, like if you went to a gym or a class, that you would know how to modify?
Yeah, I think so. It's definitely a whole lot more of, if you can engage and keep your ribs down, then I think that's key, right? Because then there's there's the big no-nos that everybody knows about, the crunches, and, full-on planks until you can hold everything in. But yeah, I think if something was to be a slower workout, I would be able to kind of figure out what modifications to do, which is good too.
Good. Okay. What is he saying? And that's why, I love to do interviews with moms too, because we always get videos. I don't know if you ever saw Amanda's, but her kids were like crying in the background in the car, and it was just, oh, that little blonde hair. I love it. Well, Meagan, I love your story. I do. I love your story. Thank you for sharing it. And I can't wait to see what you do in this next week. I really can't. See.
Yeah, thank you.
I want you to keep me posted. What did you say? Did you say bye? Did you say bye? What do you have in your hand?
You're still talking. You've got my phone. Oh, it's a no-no, but you can get away with it because I'm busy.
Yeah, I know. Well, and I forgot to even say, I always do this, that my next boot camp starts Monday, September 24th, and registration's open now. So hop on, because I'm not opening another one until, I think, November 19th. I'm not sure. In holidays, it could get pushed back. But hopefully that's November 19th. So if y'all have any questions, leave comments below. I'll have links how you can get a hold of me. And I think that's it. So anyways, thank you so much, Meagan. I love
you're welcome. Thank you.
All right. I will talk to you later.
Sounds good.